Page 4, The Horse Show. This is the last book of the series. It's got some nice things in it. Let's look. I look it over. It's 2 pages long. It's actually longer than that, but there's 2 pages of music to learn. That's what I'm after. Treble bass clef, at least to start. 2 sharps in the key signature, so we're either in D major or B minor. Now, if we look toward the end, and the end is actually the first line on page 5 at the end here. We're in D major. But do the scales in our pages for both. D major and B minor, yeah. 4/4 time signature, 1 hand at a time. We have the dotted rhythms. Now they're saying 3rd finger to start, but if you look ahead, you got a B coming up. We're actually in this position, not this position. So I'm going to start with 2nd finger. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. That's basically the rhythm throughout the piece. You're just changing the notes. The danger with this rhythm is you'll slowly turn it into a triplet and you'll start rocking it. Da, dee, da, dee, da, dee, da, dee. That short note's got to be short. It's got to be crisp. It's a dotted rhythm, not a triplet. So make it. It's a different feel, and that's what we're after. Make sure it is a short note. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 1 and 2. Now on page 5, 2nd line, you just have chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And again, ba-dum here. Real quick. Not a lot of help for you. It's like a bounce, ba-bum. It's a hit. It's almost like a bounce. Hit, bounce, ba-bum. Left hand, you're here. And because we got to come down here, I don't want to use 5 here. I'm going to use maybe 3. That way I'm a little closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. And how you finger this left hand, I'll leave that between you and your teacher. I don't like being up in here, so I generally use a 2, 3 or whatever, but you can use the thumb if you want. And it's a little more advanced, a little more difficult, but on this da-dum, if you didn't use the same finger, it makes it a little easier after you get the hang of it. You got to get the hang of it first. It's 5, 3, 5. It's easier to do than same finger. It takes a little getting used to. So it's 5, 3, 5, or something like that. I can do 5, I can do 5, 4, 3. Different fingers is what I'm after because it makes it easier over the long term to stay relaxed and to have more control over the note if you're using different fingers. You're using the awkward fingers, but that's good because you need to use the awkward fingers because that way they become less awkward over time. So it's slow. 4, 5, 3. Just make sure it's short. Just make sure it's short. That's basically the left hand too. Now on page 5, 2nd line, the left hand gets melody. 3rd line down, an F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, all black keys. 3rd line down, last measure, F sharp, B, D. I'm doing a 5, 4, 3. You do whatever. The last note at the bottom is an A. 3 ledger lines, you should know that note. Then I put the hands together. Well, for the most part, it's only one hand or the other, so it's not too bad here. See, however, this dotted rhythm, that should be this. It's the same. On page 5, 2nd line is here. You got to use the same finger. So it's a hit, ba-bum, bum. However you're fingering it, I use 2nd finger in the 3rd line on page 5. Both hands have the same notes. I use 2, 4, 5. And then on the last line, and then a 4 or a 3, whichever. it's a repeated note. I can do that. This way I'm ready for that, for the G, A, C sharp here. So I get the heads together, and then I'll go back over and say measures, 2 measures, a line, whatever, and get rid of the hesitations. And once the hesitations are gone, I'll think about the articulation. This is fairly connected. It says marcato. Marcato means marked, accented. We want to feel the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to feel every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. On page 5, second line, we get accent staccato on it, and I'm bouncing off. Try and get them down at the same time. Accent. Accent. And it's just accented in the right hand too. So I add the articulation and then the dynamics. Applies to the melody wherever it is. Moderately loud. This in the background, sort of soft. Even that. Keep that down. I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. Now page 5, second line. Now the melody's in the left hand. This sort of loud, soft. And you can lift up for the phrasing every couple of measures in the left hand. Lift up, and then, yeah. So I add the dynamics, and at the end, the bottom of page 5, you get louder. Moderately loud in the right hand. A little louder, now loud in the right hand. And the next to the last measure, 5, 4, 3, 2. I do a 1 though. This way I can reach that. So I want the last note to be with a thumb on that next to the last measure at the bottom of page 5. So I can reach. You have to think about the stuff that's coming to decide how you're fingering what you're fingering sometimes. I'm preparing for what's coming. Now once I do the dynamics, then I think about the speed. This is kind of like a march. Think of horses marching up on. Duh, duh, duh. Now, if you look at the bottom of page 5, you see a DC al fine. DC, remember, means go back to the beginning. Al fine means go to fine. The fine is at the end of the first line on page 5. You see the thin and thick bar line there? That's the musical symbol for the end of the piece. It also tells you your ending there. Like that. Now they've added pedal. I like it without pedal. You can do it just fine without pedal, but they've added it. Let's see what it does. It's giving us contrast between clean, and together, overtones. That's what it's basically doing. You're pushing the note down first and then the pedal. And when you're changing the pedal over on page 5, you do it, you lag. Change the pedal after you play the note so it overlaps just a little bit. fermata at the top of page 5, at the end of the first line, there at the end. I suggest you only do the fermata at the very end, because the first time you play through it, you're going to go to the second line. I suggest you keep a steady beat. Don't do a fermata in there, just 1, 2, 4. Just keep a beat going and go right into it. And then after you've done the DC and you're going back to it the second time, then you can do the fermata. That's my opinion. Some people would do the fermata both times, but in my opinion, it just messes it up. You're asking your horses to suddenly go out there and stop for a bit and then go again. I suggest you let your horses go from start to finish. They'll like it a lot better if you do that. Yeah. I don't do play with me's on when music gets this involved. In my opinion, you should be able to read these notes and rhythms pretty well. You don't need to play with me. You should have an idea if you're playing the right notes or not.